Recently, in science class, I have been studying space and stuff like galaxies and light years, all that jazz. When my class was told to think of an inquiry question to research, I wanted to come up with something outside of the box. That being said, my first thought was, maybe I could theorize how many laps Supersonic could take from the Earth to the Sun and back before he returned to base form. But finding solid information regarding that was difficult. So, I decided to make things a bit more interesting and took on a question that has remained unanswered for millennia. Until today. How many blocks would Minecraft Steve need to make a tower from Earth's surface to the edge of the Milky Way? I really liked the sound of that. But then my inner masochist jumped in and said, what if I add in having to figure out how Steve would survive the trip? And of course, being the dense child that I am, I said, okay, sounds great. Not realizing the complications of the task I'd set for myself, I readied my calculator, armed myself with a pencil, and got to Google searching. I hope you're all ready, because I'm about to open your eyes to the ultimate truth. This is the tower to Orion's fingertips. My first step was to figure out how big each block is, so that I could compare it to the actual distance between Steve and the great beyond. With some quick Google searching, I discovered on minecraft.gamepedia.net that every block is 1 square meter. This made the start of the project child's play, as that meant 1 kilometer equaled 100 blocks, which is a nice and round number. Having found that out, I then searched up how many kilometers were in a light year, the result being 9.7 trillion. What I had to do next was fairly straightforward. Just multiply 9.7 trillion kilometers by 1,000 blocks per kilometer, and I got 97 quadrillion blocks per light year. The next step was to figure out how many light years away Earth was from the edge of Orion's arm, the part of the Milky Way Earth resides in. At first, I couldn't find much, but then I accidentally stumbled upon an article that said that Earth was roughly 25,000 light years away from both the edge and center of our galaxy. So just about halfway through its radius, although admittedly that probably isn't dead accurate. I then multiplied 25,000 light years by 97 quadrillion blocks for every light year, and that gave me 2.3675 e plus 20, or 236.75 quintillion blocks. Anyways, if you divide that number of blocks by 64 items or blocks per stack, the result will be that Steve would need to carry around 36.992 quintillion stacks. Divide that again, this time by 54 slots for every large chest, and Steve would need
685 quadrillion, 40 trillion, and 500 billion large chests. The numbers are frying my brain. It hurts, please send help.
But how can Steve carry over 36 chests in his inventory, let alone
685 quadrillion?
That's a good question, and it'll have to wait for the second part of this project. Besides, I haven't even started talking about the amount of food or potions he'll need to survive such a trek, as I've already put enough on my plate in terms of editing. That, ladies and gentlemen, will come in the second part of A Tower to Orion's Fingertips. If you all want me to unravel how Steve will carry all those blocks to the edge of our very galaxy, as well as how much food, potions, and other items he'll need, tell me in the comments. Also, if you decide to look further into this and find that I made a mistake somewhere, let me know. I'm not above admitting fault in my videos. Thanks for tuning in, and keep your eyes peeled for the glorious sequel coming soon to theaters near you. Have a good day.